I like to come here and chill in this house under construction. I feel like most of us are a little bit like a house under construction, and we are built with different plans, with different requirements, and it doesn't take the same time and necessarily the same materials to build each one of us for us to be what we are meant to be and achieve what we are meant to achieve. And when we want to conform to the speed at which others are going or the blueprint of others' lives, we can fail to become who we are meant to become. I'm from Gabon, a small country in Central Africa that is, like most African countries, rich in minerals, but well, the rest doesn't really follow. And I have a lot of dreams, but not so much for my country. I'm more of a global minded person, so I think more about Africa. Sometimes people don't get it. And some ask me why I don't like my country, but it's kind of the other way around. But I will explain all those things later on. I went to South Africa to study in uh, 2013. I wanted to study engineering because I always felt like I was an engineer. That's what I thought. But things didn't happen as I expected. I got to discover in myself other talents, other passions, some that were really already there, but I didn't really want to acknowledge for some reasons. And it became hard, you know. When you have just one thing to do, one thing to focus on, it's easy. I mean, it can be difficult, but in terms of organization, in terms of planning, it can be very easy. But for me, having to do music, to write books, and I don't know, be involved in leadership, it can be hard for me to plan my life. Like, how do you plan that when you have a lot of things to do? It's a lot of pressure, you know. Some people think that God is unfair for giving others more than the rest, but it's actually difficult. It's actually difficult. Like for people who are born, for example, with a brain that runs faster. I mean, imagine you. It's like you have to learn how to drive a very fast car that can never run slow. So all the time you are worried about bumping into each other, and it requires a lot of self-control. You have to grow very fast to control it. That's kind of what my life has always been like. The easy stuff, it's hard because I'm not really built for it. But I've learned to be okay with that, to not wish that I was like everybody and could do what everybody does easily, to accept my weaknesses and lean on other people for their help. So there were a couple of things I was that were started to think to come clear before me, certain opportunities, certain doors that open. But on the inside there were things I still had to work on. So I still had to stop pursuing success so that I could come back and deal with certain things that were still chasing after me. And yeah, get better so that I'm ready for what is coming next. And I'm really happy where I am. Uh, I came back to Gabon after I didn't even finish my studies. I excused myself, which a lot of people don't understand why, but it's okay. And I will explain. I will explain for those who want to understand and for those who are in the same situation and who feel like a little sister told me the other time that she feels like she's a mistake of nature because she struggles to do what everybody else is doing. So for people who feel like that, also to understand that it's okay. Not being like the majority doesn't necessarily mean being abnormal, and people need to understand that. So yeah, I didn't finish my studies and I was looking for work and all, but I ended up coming back. And yeah, I just have peace that I got to make progress with things that I really should have dealt long ago. But you know, things don't always happen like we want. Sometimes we think we have gone past certain things, but we haven't. And what I really want to say is that should never sacrifice our well-being for to chase after success, to chase after a certain status, to show people that we have arrived at a certain level. For me, I have peace with where I'm at because, well, bigger buildings take more time to build. I'm not saying it to diss anybody or uh, to try to make me feel better about myself, but that's just true. That's just true. I'm not going to pretend or do false humility. I know who I am. I know that I have a lot of things to bring to this world, and yeah, it's kind of hard to prepare for all those things that I have to do. But it's okay, and I enjoy my journey, and I do my best to make sure I am nothing else but myself. So I prioritize more spending time alone, thinking, um, putting back those foundations that make me decide who I am, what I do, what's more important to me, to make sure that I don't fail to express myself and give the world the best of myself. So that's a little bit what I wanted to share now. So keep posted for more. And again, I'm not desperate for people to follow me. People who don't really want to be somewhere but force themselves for some reason just end up disturbing. So yeah, if you're really about fighting for authenticity, keep on watching my videos. Let's engage, let's talk. I like to talk to people. Sometimes people, especially people who are like me, not like most people who tend to feel abnormal, usually they relate a lot with me, with my writing, especially because I write a lot. If you don't know. Yeah, and sometimes it's cool to meet people from Canada, from France, from Greece, from the United States, with some common experience that we share, and it's just cool, encouraging each other and exchanging. So yeah, I like that. I'm more about developing developing other people, making sure they get to be the best person they can be and give the best to the world. So that's it. See you next time.